I was half-assed recording a little bit ago, but honestly, I changed my mind because I told a story and then I got myself sad by accident because I told it bad. Yeah, I just figured I might as well just finish off some of my hunting that I gotta do for the trapper. I'll put my stats on screen of what I need, but I also did get 2 snakes before, and I felt like a bad bitch. I got bit 5 times. So the return on investment is quite good. It was 5 times by the same snake, I should be clear. The same snake bit me 5 times. It's not a snake, that's a pike. Is that a fucking bird? No. What if I just picked up the fish with my hands? The thing is that this game is restrictive only in the sense that I want to pick more things up. I love picking things up. Have you seen me? I'm a bitch that picks shit up. I'm working on trying to use my blood money. Turns out it was, $20, not 40, because if I wanted the 40, I had to do some other thing that I didn't do in time because I didn't know there was more I had to do. But I did get a $20 gift card for my blood, so the blood money is coming in clutch, so that way, hopefully, my visuals are a bit more consistent. I also put my phone in a different spot to record audio because it used to be, up until a little bit ago, that I had it bouncing on my titties, but because my chair is like not quite a chaise long, but like you sort of sit that sort of way, it was sounding really terrible, and you kept, for the last few videos, there's been like seconds of me just breathing, and it sounds so loud, and it wasn't, like, I mean, I do breathe kind of loud sometimes, but like usually that's only when I'm drunk, is when I forget to breathe quietly, and so I was like, what is the problem? Like, why am I breathing so loud? And I realized it was because it's balancing on my titties, and that is the direct shot of my nostrils to microphone. And so it was sounding really bad because of an entirely avoidable and fixable problem. Today we trimmed my cat's nails because they've been getting kind of long, and they're getting to the point where they start ripping them off because they're cats and they're stupid, and I don't know why they would do that, but whatever. So we were like, fuck it, let's trim them because they're such a pain. Like, we go as carefully and as gently, and we give treats, and it's like a whole thing. Those fuckers cannot stop complaining and crying and wiggling. Like, not like thrashing, just like, I'll touch their feet and they'll start wiggling it. And I'm like, stop, put your foot back, put it down, put your foot down, stop moving. And they like, whoa, it's so annoying. It is infuriating. Camp can only be set up in the wilderness. Camp can only be set up if I fuck your mom. How about that, huh? What if I fucked your mom and became your dad, huh? We're watching this movie, right? And there's this part where, you know, it's some romance movie, and he grabs her face, like, the best way I can describe it is like a baseball. Like, he, like, manhandles it, like, fingers spread apart. It was so weird. It was hilarious. I could not stop, like, giggling. And then it got to the point where I was joking to my parents about how that's like a stupid way to grab someone's face if you're trying to kiss them. And I said it would be, the only way it could have been funnier is if he took his 2 fingers and his thumb and put them up her nostrils and in her mouth like a bowling ball. And I thought that was so funny, right? And I could not stop laughing. And my parents did not laugh at the joke, but they were definitely laughing at how I could not stop laughing. Like, it was a genuine, like, I was in tears. I was crying laughing, right? It wasn't that funny. It really isn't that funny. It just simply isn't. And I was in hysterics about it. And so then I've texted some of my buddies about it, and I texted and I was like, hey, I think this would be a really funny way to kiss someone, is like you make it look like you're going in for like a normal kiss, and then instead you go in and grab their face like a bowling ball. And she goes, how would that even work? I'm like, I don't know, I'm an ideas guy. I'm not a like physics of it. I just think of it and it's really funny in my head, and that's kind of how it goes. And she goes, all right, well, come here and we'll figure this out. And I had a moment of like, pause, we need to pause, this is not friendship kosher, we need to keep this shit as normal, and fucking, we gotta keep Jay Gatsbying it at least a little bit longer. We're gonna keep Jay Gatsbying, we're gonna keep pretending that everything is fine and dandy, it is gonna be great. And I would rather have her in my life in a really awky way then fuck it up and lose her. And we're I'm doing something I never do when gambling, and I am realizing that there might be a motherfucking time and a motherfucking place. I love buff women, and I love goths. I need more buff women and goths in my life.
There, easy.
In a gay way, preferably, but... What the fuck?!
Shit.
Fuck! Swag. Oh wait, I need to... Because someone can't stop getting poisoned. One time I went there with my shitty ex and one of my other buddies.
Yep.
And we found this thing, and it was like this fancy bottled water, and we're like, that sounds so cool. Let's get out some fancy water and see what it tastes like, right? And so we get in the car, and my ex was like, oh my god, this is so good and stuff. And me and my friend just look at each other, and we're like, this is just fucking tap water in a metal bottle. That is what this is. That is Cincinnati tap water in a metal bottle. And it was like, it was a moment of defeat. And she's like, oh, it's so good though. I'm like, it's tap water.
Yep.
This is water from a sink. Like a nearby sink. Like we could go to the bathroom, you could put your mouth into the sink, and it would get the exact same taste. Probably the same, not salinity, alkalinity? Probably the same alkaline level. I don't know the word for alkaline.
Stay back. Come on.
But yeah, it's pretty fun. It's a great store. I got this when I was in France. They have this drink called Orangina, and it's. Are you kidding me? Okay, well, I guess I'll just take the meat and then leave the rest. And it's so good. When I was there, we were in this one class, and we had more or less learned that because of where we were, knowing English, like, people knew some English, but it wasn't super great, right? Like, it was enough to, like, when we were confused, they could help us out, but, like, not enough to, like, where, you know, they weren't, like, there was a couple people who were full conversing with us, but it was very few and far between kind of thing. And so we were in this one class because they kind of were like, hey, do you want to come hang out? We heard you guys are Americans. And we were like, oh yeah, we ain't got shit else going on right now. And we'd kind of accepted that they don't know what we're saying. This would be the downfall of man, right? And so my friend was talking about this guy, and she's like, he's wicked hot. Like, this man is Zooey Mama. He actually wasn't, but, like, it's fine. And she's like, I kind of want to suck that dude's dick, like, right now. And I was like, okay, dog, pause. What the fuck? And we were just kind of, like, laughing because we were like, they don't know what we're saying. And then this one girl comes over, she goes, oh, you guys are Americans, right? And we're like, yeah. And she's like, we have a guy in here who's from America. And we kind of give each other the look of, like, might have just fucked yourself on this one. And it's going to be really funny if he walks over and goes, damn it. And so we were just kind of like, okay, who is it? And they're like, yeah, come here, over here, guy. And they, like, call him over, and would you believe it? This guy she was just saying she wanted to suck his dick walks over, and she kind of had a moment of, like, all right, maybe this is salvageable, like, maybe he's, like, from France, but, like, he just, like, knows English kind of thing, like, no big deal. So we're like, she goes, oh, like, where are you from in America? And he, with, like, the most, like, slight twinge of Southern, but, like, mostly Midwestern accent goes, oh, yeah, I'm from South Carolina. Sorry, I didn't mean to name drop my friend. She just has the look of, like, wanting to, like, just in that moment, just be anywhere else. Just fucking put her down now. Euthanize this motherfucker. It was so funny. I was, like, trying so hard not to laugh. And so later on we found his Instagram, and we found his girlfriend, and she is, like, the prettiest woman you have ever fucking seen. Like, this woman, Aphrodite. She's genuinely gorgeous. I still follow her on Instagram because she's fucking pretty. Like, she only speaks French, but, like, you know, I I would eat glass for this woman. You know, I don't know.
Shit!
Oh, I was gonna say we set a new record, but we definitely didn't. Oh my god.
Come on, girl.
Like a frisbee. But the other day, I was on Instagram and I see a picture from him and I'm like, I wonder what he's up to. This man is bald. This man is bald. It looks like someone just ripped off his hair. It's so funny. Come here, coward. Wait, I need this.
Die already, you son of a bitch!
Where are you? Womp womp. But yeah, he's got no hair. And it's like a haunting lack of hair. And I was like crying laughing and I sent her a screenshot and I go, what did they do to your boy? It's like, imagine if Mr. Clean had always had hair and then one day they just unveiled him in the like pristine hairless state. Like that's what it was like, genuinely. This has been like not productive. I hunted one bear, got bit by a snake, almost twice actually. We almost got bit by a snake twice in a row. Great. I'm sorry. I'm always worried that, I don't want to say I missed out on the best times of my life because that's kind of reductionist, but I always worry that like the best times of my life are times that I didn't get to enjoy per se. Like, I look back on my childhood, and I remember being, like, so conflicted and angry all the time. But, like, it's like, now it's like I would give anything for that level of, like, I obviously didn't know what I had kind of thing, but I would give anything to, like, have that sort of mindset again. Like, obviously, maybe with a bit more, like, treatment of my mental health, but, like, but aside from that, like, I think of, like, shit I did as a kid, and I'm like, that was, like, I don't want to say the greatest time of my life, because I did not peak as a child, but it just sucks to know that, like, the time I was happiest, I couldn't even enjoy, and I, like, didn't know that that was sort of the peak of, like, just being happy most of the time. And I know there's more nuance to it than I'm making it out to be, and of course, things were not good then either, like, you know, if I was able to go back to that time and be the way I am now, it would be easier, because I've learned how to, like, deal with an alcoholic and stuff, and, like, how to not internalize, you know, like, verbal abuse, but, you know, like, no one was like, hey, I'm gonna sexually exploit you and chase you across the state, you know what I mean? I just miss when things were not evil, and the world didn't feel like everyone was not necessarily out to get me, but, like, that I was sort of shit out of luck on my own. Because it's not fun to constantly feel like you're alone on everything. And I know that I'm not. That's the problem. It's like, I know that, like, I'm not alone, and, like, I'm not the first person to ever feel like this, right? But at the same time, man, I genuinely fear I might be the first person to experience some emotions. And I know that I'm not. I know for a fact that I'm not. But that doesn't make it not feel like that. It's why I kind of hate the fact that people are emotional beings. Because it's like, there's not anything you can do with that. Like, if I break my arm, I can, like, very easily deal with it. But, like, I can't see my emotions. I might set a new record for how far I've ended up away from my horse. Can you stop? Okay, this is definitely a record. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. We'll say 35. What the fuck? Gary, help! Gary! Stop tripling me! But
Okay then,
yeah,
girl.
it's just hard because there's not, like, it's hard to feel like emotions matter when they, I don't want to say they don't, but they kind of don't, you know what I mean? Gosh, baby. You're alright.
Yep.
Wait, what's on the ground? There's like a... My gun?! What the fuck? What? What the fuck? Well, let's go investigate. Now I have 2 carbines and 2 Kit Lancasters. Dude, that sucks.
Let's get...
To die here. I wouldn't, personally. Yeah, kind of sucks that I got sick for orientation, but then I looked at the schedule and all it was is like, how to go to college. And it's like, I don't know how to do it. I just don't know where shit is. And you know what? Honestly, doesn't fucking matter even, because there's this thing called Google Maps. And if you're thinking, oh, but surely there's, you know, whatever easier ways. No. And you know why I say that with so much confidence? Because I Google Maps where all my classes were for the last few years. And I went to school there. I went on the, oh, actually, no, I didn't. Did I go on the tour? No, I didn't, because I didn't want to. I wanted to just figure it out for myself, and I didn't. I'm gonna take your shit if you have any. You might not have anything. Things to take. Why don't you keep money around? Dude, sorry that you're dead.